Caitlin Clark has become the face of women's basketball in the past few years. Her influence alone has given women's basketball a never-before-seen attention. And the craziest part is, Caitlin Clark has the entire basketball world talking about her. She was so advanced for her age that she was playing in boys' rec leagues growing up. She was a multi-sport athlete as well, playing softball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, and golf along with basketball. But once she made it to high school, she made basketball her primary sport and never looked back. She played 4 years of high school basketball and absolutely dominated. She was so incredible that we'd be here for hours talking about every single accomplishment she had. She even led the entire state of Iowa in scoring as a junior, averaging 32.6 points per game. Her senior year was much of the same dominance, as she led the state in points again at 33.4 points per game. She also averaged 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.7 steals in her senior season. It was clear that she had the chance to become a star at the college level. She was ranked the 4th best player in her class by ESPN and initially committed to Notre Dame, but would eventually stay home and attend her hometown school, the University of Iowa. So we knew how much of a star Caitlin was in high school, but still had more to prove. Going into college, she was still a hometown girl from Iowa who didn't gain much media attention at this point. But even as early as freshman year, she knew she could make a name for herself. She entered her freshman year at Iowa as the team's starting point guard, and in just her first college game ever, she gave us a glimpse into the superstar she would become. In her debut, she had 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in a 96-81 win. The rest of her freshman year was much of the same, as she finished her freshman year averaging 26.6 points, 7.1 assists, and 5.9 rebounds per game. Unfortunately, her season would end in the Sweet 16 to the 1-seeded UConn, but her freshman year was one of the best we've ever seen in women's basketball. She was the Division I Co-Freshman of the Year, first team All-Big Ten, All-American honors, and even led the country in total points, assists, field goals, and three-pointers as a freshman. Now you might ask, since Caitlin Clark was so dominant, why didn't she just go one and done and declare for the WNBA draft? She's clearly good enough to play in the pros. Well, unlike the NBA, one and done doesn't exist in the WNBA. Athletes also need to be 4 years removed from high school if they want to enter the draft. So crazy enough, Caitlin Clark had 3 more years of college basketball to play, and this is after breaking records as a freshman. But since the eligibility, she became the first Division I player, regardless of gender, to have a 30-point triple-double in back-to-back games. Her sophomore year consisted of much of the same dominance as her freshman year, and she was slowly becoming more and more of a household name. And she didn't just continue to dominate, she continued to break records. Her 44 points on January 2nd, 2022 was the most by any woman in a single game at Carver Hawkeye Arena. And her stat lines were getting so insane that she was breaking men's records too. She became the first Division I player, regardless of gender, to have a 30-point triple-double in back-to-back games. And although she had multiple 40-point games in her sophomore year, the one that stands out the most was her 46-point outing against Michigan, which was absolutely jaw-dropping as 25 of those points came in the 4th quarter alone. And although her season ended in a shocking round of 32 loss to Creighton, she finished her sophomore year averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, and took home the Big Ten Player of the Year along with All-American honors. Caitlin's junior season was nothing short of historic, as she didn't just put up insane stat lines, but continued to break various records. Along with her averages of 27.8 points, 8.6 assists, and 7.1 rebounds per game, she recorded her 7th triple-double of her career, which broke a Big Ten record. She also became the fastest player to reach 2,000 career points since the year 2000. In the Elite 8 of March Madness, she had a 40 triple-double, which was the first 40-point triple-double in March Madness history in either the men or women's tournament. In the Final Four, she had an insane 42 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, knocking off the defending champs, the University of South Carolina. She led the University of Iowa to their first NCAA championship in program history. Although the season ended in a loss to Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers, Clark had an impressive 30 points and 8 assists. Her 191 total points in the NCAA tournament were also the most by any player in the history of a single NCAA tournament run. Of course, with all her success, she earned every award possible: Conference Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, and he considered Clark's run as one of the greatest seasons in college basketball ever.